So we just watched a whodunit movie this weekend, and we loved it. The puzzles and the logical connections are super fun, and watching the detective lay it all out at the end, it's enough to make your head spin.
It's fun to do puzzles too, and like in that movie, sometimes they do indeed make your head spin.
This is a snap review for Headspin. Headspin is a fast-moving puzzle game for 2 players from Project Genius.
It's best for ages 12 and up, and takes about 20 minutes to play.
So, Anitra, let's talk about the art in Headspin.
There are 2 main elements in this game, the spinners and the cards. The spinners look like a multicolored bike lock with 4 rotating columns. Each column has 4 colors in it: red, purple, yellow, and blue. They're pretty satisfying to spin, with a slip and stick action that kind of reminds me of a Rubik's Cube.
Then there are the cards. They are large and square, and each one has some kind of puzzle on it that uses all 4 colors.
Cleverly, the cards are double-sided, with the answer to each question on the reverse side of the card underneath a different puzzle.
Oh, and the box has a slot where you can stand up a card to see the puzzle a little bit more clearly. That's pretty handy.
So, Andrew, let's talk about the mechanics and how we play Headspin.
Well, each player gets a spinner. There's only 2 of them in the box, so if you want to play with more people, you're going to need to buy the $10 expansion pack, which includes 2 more.
Flip a puzzle card and put it in the box so everyone can see it. Then, race to solve the puzzle first. Move the wheels on your spinner so the answer row, that's the one with arrows pointing to it, shows the answer to the puzzle.
Every puzzle solution will contain all 4 colors. Whoever thinks they got the answer first slams their spinner down on this disc that says first. When the other player finishes, they place their spinner on the second place landing pad.
Then it's time to flip over the puzzle card and check the answer. If the first player got the answer right, they get the card. If they got it wrong and the second place answer is right, the second place player gets the card.
If placing spinners was a tie, or if no one got the right answer, no one wins. Discard the card and try a new one.
Then it's time to move on to a new puzzle. Whoever solves 10 puzzles first wins the game.
There are 100 double-sided cards in the box and 10 different kinds of puzzle. The only thing they all have in common is that you'll be putting the 4 colors together in some order. So, Nitra, what did we expect from Headspin?
Just looking at the spinning puzzle wheels and the question cards, I expected this to be a brain-stretching, puzzly kind of game. It looked like I would have to get the spinner wheels into a certain orientation to solve each puzzle, but I expected there would be more challenge in moving the pieces around on the wheels, more like a sliding puzzle.
Again, this is Project Genius. Just like Deblockle, this is a good-looking puzzle game. I expected it to be solid gameplay-wise. It doesn't really have the kind of classic tabletop puzzle feel, like living room table kind of a thing, but it felt good in the hands, and the puzzles were clear, so I expected to really like this and play it a lot with our 12-year-old. There were some surprises. What surprised us about Headspin?
I was surprised that the answers were always represented by just a single row on the spinner. It means that, for me, the hard part is figuring out the puzzle, not using the spinner. There is quite a variety in the puzzles, too. I think my favorite is either Color Confusion, which has color names written over different colored boxes, or Missing Color, which shows 4 columns with a color missing from each column.
I think I like the logic puzzles the best, which give a series of facts, and you need to sort out what the order of the colors actually is, and then you set them into the spinner, as quickly as possible.
I didn't love this game. I really wish there had been more variety. Not in the puzzles themselves, there are 10 different kinds of puzzles, but in the solutions to the puzzles. Knowing that every solution would contain every color exactly once felt limiting and made some of the puzzles too easy. Because of this, needing to win 10 times felt way too long. I'd cut it down to 5 or maybe 8 wins, which should take less than 15 minutes.
I actually agree on the 10 puzzles feeling too long thing. For us, we did like a best of 5 or a best of 7,
Sure.
And that really helped. But while we're talking about surprises, I'm surprised to hear that each color appears once in the solution, because I did not know that. So this explains how you were able to beat me. So, Anisha, do we recommend Headspin?
I think Headspin would make a good and unexpected gift for a preteen or teenager who loves puzzly things. They can race their friends and argue over who's the better solver.
Teenagers don't argue about stuff like that.
Oh, no, never.
No, not at all. I think Headspin is a fun game to play with different generations that may not include kids. Parents and grandparents, teenagers, aunts and uncles, or friends, like you said. It's a little more toy than game to me, though, and it's a toy that requires at least 2 players, which does limit its appeal a little bit.
So, Andrew, what are we going to rate Headspin from Project Genius?
Well, I think we're going to give Headspin 3 puzzles out of 5.
And that's Headspin
In a snap. I think Headspin is a fun game to play with different